This is our reading for the week of June 23rd, I believe. I'm going to do three cards, and one is for how we care for our communities and receive care for our communities, both in the like macro in our local environment and also globally. Like this is the biggest sphere, and it changes week to week. The next one is for our families, close friends, homes, things that are really truly in our close purview. And then one for self care. So, whether or not this comes out as being things we need to do, things we need to receive, that all comes through in the reading. I offer these readings as kind of part of my larger offerings where I do energetic healing and alignment for people individually, and then also help with creating systems and structures for your home. So, really, truly, I help people get out from under the like stress of labor in your house and really enjoy your life as it is in reality. And this is part of that, like entering into the energetics of it as well as the practicality. Very much a practical and magical lady. Right on top. So we've got Marduk the Heartless. He was around a few weeks ago. Oh, the Tower. And the garden itself. That's so cool. Okay, last week we had the garden and outside circles. I feel like we've had all of these cards recently, so this is a nice like return to the themes that we've been working through over the last several weeks. And then I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Sword of Healing again. We had the Sword of Healing in the community 2 weeks ago. So these energies have all been kind of circling. They're all here today, which is kind of a really sweet thing to see. So I told you I would try to get the sea in the background if I could. So hopefully I don't regret it having to get the buoy sounds out. That buoy is kind of loud, but it is the like one of those sense of place sounds. Like you hear that buoy, you know you're here. So we have Marduk the Heartless and our care for community or care for the global world. Um, in this scenario, he came through a couple weeks ago, and similarly, I felt like this was him that he could be a really negative card, right? This could be war. This can be all of the negative things associated with being heartless. But he's also a great amasser of wealth. He's also a protector, right? Like you don't necessarily want to be this guy all the time, but the way he's been coming up recently and the way he's showing up for me here is guarding your peace, really truly standing for what you believe in and cutting the things away that don't. One of the decluttering people in the decluttering world or the minimalism world is that you want to be a ruthless decider on like what you want, a ruthless decision maker on what you want to have around. And this is where I'm seeing like this is a ruthless aligning with your values, always aligning with your values and cutting away the things that really do not align with your values. So this showed up over here. It showed up as a clarifying card. It's shown up a bunch. And here it's showing up in our community. So now, last week, we had the garden here. We get to walk around. We get to get the like joy of labor and the outcomes and the fruitfulness. Here we're saying, okay, so now that you see what's fruitful, get rid of the things that aren't fruitful. Get clear and decisive on what you're trying to accomplish in a global sense, in a community, and cut away the things that aren't working. Don't put your energy into a cause you don't believe in. If something is proven to be not working, let's not put our energy there and put it somewhere else instead. This is about putting your energy into the things that are getting the net benefit. Complaining about the things that are wrong It's putting our energy into a negative cycle where we could be putting it into creating something that's positive. Never will I say to ignore the negative things in the world. That is not what I'm saying here. We had enough grieving in the spring that, you know, if you were here, grieving card, feel the grief, feel the grief. Now I'm saying, okay, but don't just talk about what's wrong all the time or what you want to do all the time. You have to make action. You have to be ruthless. You have to take sometimes the heartless path of seeking power to create what you want in the world. So this is like a go for it. He's got a snake, he's got a sword, boom, go. Family, small circle, close your home. This is a beautiful card of both rest and foresight, and then sometimes isolation. So here between these two cards, what I'm seeing is he is going out to battle. This is a very forfeited, like, is that the right word? No. You know what I mean? Like when you're up in a castle and you are protected, um, this is the place to be in a battle, right? You want to be up at top. You can see down. You can see everything that's coming. You are incredibly protected up here. So to make these moves, you're feeling safe in your home. Lean on your community. That's like really close, right? Like I'm going to go out and I'm going to confront somebody in the school board, but my friends are backing me up. You understand? Like this is that support that's going to allow you to do the thing outside of the home. And then also, this is a bit of a rest. Considering what we've all been going through, this is kind of a week of in your house. Like, it's good. Like, maybe you did some stuff last week. This week, it's feeling good. Resting, getting aligned with what you want your house energy to be. You're in a tower. There's not a lot of outside energy coming in to disrupt you necessarily. I mean, I'm thinking about like, we're here. We're not at our home. So we're going to have to get home. We're going to have to get settled back into our house. Kids are going to have to go to camp. Like there's a lot of movement there. But overall, energetically, let's stay aligned with our family. Let's stay aligned with our close friends and say, we've arrived in this moment for this week and let's enjoy it. We always want to enjoy things when we can. Similarly for self-care, last week this was community. Last week we were smelling the flowers in our neighbor's garden. This week we're going to bring the flowers into our own room and we're going to smell them there. This is like so, I'm like laughing about that. That's a really funny metaphor to me. But essentially, this was about public flowers last week. This week it's private flowers. This week it's giving yourself the words, saying, I did a really good job. I built something great. I am proud of myself. I appreciate what I've done. Maybe let go of the things that didn't turn out the way you wanted it to and just be like, it's okay, I can let that go. Like you would discard plants. There is a snake in this garden, but it is just the idea of a snake. And so here, for me, seeing this in this self-care spot, what I'm saying is let the snake not be your focus anymore. Allow the focus to go away from the snake. Look out your windows. Protect yourself from the outside world. That is the vibes. Do you like this tray that I grabbed from the kitchen of this old house? It's like ancient. I want to show you this tray. It's so cute. Look at it. Ancient. Okay. And then with the bottom of the deck energy being Sword of Healing, all of this together, using that ripple effect kind of, where we've got the healing. And also, there's a snake theme. Marduk's got a snake. Garden's got a snake. And then there's the healing snakes from the healing swords. So that's an interesting through line that I wouldn't have picked up on without this sort of healing here. So we've got the snake, the action snake. We've got the idea of snake. And then here we have a snake and it's like most positive, poison medicine idea. So that snake energy of smoothly moving through things and just pulling the symbolism of snakes out of it. But real snakes, they slither, they can do cool things, right? They can swim, they can climb, but they don't move the way that we move. They move a very different way, which is why they're scary to a lot of people, that and they're poison and stuff. But the slithering, that undulating movement that can get you a lot farther than you realize is what I'm seeing here. Like, don't underestimate moving in a way that maybe you haven't before. Don't underestimate subtly moving your energy away from something, subtly letting go of something. Snakes move so quietly. And this isn't bluster. This isn't going in and being like, I declare we're never going to do this anymore. This can just be dropping a sword. This can be not talking to somebody anymore, being clear, maybe if that's necessary. Sometimes it's not. This is all very like moving in a quiet, unexpected way. And there's like some real joy, warmth, and care over here. And then even over here with the Marta Heartless card, it's like I can feel this way over here because I've done my work over there. And overall, that's a very healing experience for everyone involved. So that's the reading for this week. I just wanted to invite you into the email series that I'm doing over the summer. It starts July 6th and it runs through August 31st. You'll get an email on Monday, and essentially it's taking these concepts and bringing them into the home. And the idea is to lift up the energy of your house and give you some really practical action steps that you can take over the summer to make the energy in your house flow so beautifully come fall. So it's not intense. It's for summer schedules. It's for the like loosey goosey time of the summer. And every week you'll get an email from me that has a meditation, a action item, and a journal prompt so that you can move through all this stuff just gradually. And like if you're not home for a week, you can just move that into the next week because it's we're not all around. Things are weird. People are coming to visit. I live here, so not in this house, but here in Maine. And so the summer is when everybody wants to visit and it gets a little bit wild. So I hope you have a great week, and I hope this all moves through really pleasantly for you. And I will see you next week. I will release this on Thursday next week because Friday is the 3rd. I know a lot of us are going to be off, having no work and stuff because of the 4th. So this will go out next week on Thursday, not Friday.